I'm here at OFC 2026 at the booth of Aerotech. It's clear walking around that CPO is a big deal this year. And for that to succeed, we need a detachable connector that can work at scale. And with me, I have SENKO, Ryan from SENKO. Ryan, can you tell me a bit more about your metallic PIC connector solution for this?
Sure. SENKO has developed a fiber optic connector that's specifically targeted at detachable connections in CPO. It's really intended for the high volume applications. And we've been in development on that for a couple of years, and we're starting to get really excited about it moving into the supply chain now. About a year ago, we started thinking about what are the bottlenecks in this deployment, and one of them that we identified was active alignment, because active alignment is used throughout the supply chain from wafer level test all the way through connectorization. And so we kicked off a collaboration with Aerotech and Santec, and this system is the product of that activity.
Would you say the holy grail here is a completely passive aligned connector solution, or maybe just to reduce the number of active alignment steps needed?
Yeah, so our perspective right now is that passive alignment is definitely better. And one of the ways to do that is using a product that we call a receptacle. Unfortunately, right now for this generation of deployment, that receptacle is still actively aligned. It's either actively aligned at the die level or at the wafer level.
I've got Justin here from Aerotech. Justin, can you take me through a bit more of the PIC-aligned solution and what you're contributing to that?
Absolutely. PIC-align is a collaboratively developed solution for active alignment and multi-channel arrays. We partnered with SENKO as well as Santec on developing this system, with the initial use case being the attachment of SENKO's detachable connectors, the receptacle and faceplate for those connectors. Aerotech is a precision motion control provider, and Santec provides optical instrumentation, light sources, power meters, and so on. And so we thought the technologies we were all bringing to the table allowed us to develop an integrated solution to solve this complex challenge. So if you go over to this machine here, down below you see our stabilized light source from Santec, polarization scrambler, and splitters that send 10 signals up into this structure here. And on the underside of this structure is one of SENKO's MPC connectors. On the left here is our 6 degree of freedom motion positioner. And on this little cantilevered structure is a device that's mimicking the loopback behavior of an optical engine. We could not bring our customers' optical engines to the show for obvious reasons, so we had to develop this alternative that behaves in the same way. The signals come out of SENKO's connector and go back through the loopbacks and then back up into SENKO's connector, down into these optical power meters here. And then all of those signals are sent in real time to Aerotech's motion controller. We're measuring, in this case, 8 channels simultaneously as the Aerotech positioner moves through a 6 degree of freedom search space. As we map those signals that are coming out of the loopback into these power meters, we're able to map the power levels against the 6 degree of freedom coordinates to paint a very data-dense topography, basically, of the power levels within that high dimensional space. You can do a simple averaging if you want of your power levels, or you can do weighted averaging or other mathematical combinations of those different signals to enable that alignment optimization. You can also set constraints, like say all 8 channels need to be above a certain power level threshold, for example, and the algorithm will search that space and it will find you that alignment position for your device. And so ultimately what we've developed here is a subsystem for multi-channel array alignment that could be used both for SENKO's processes as well as other test and assembly processes in the co-packaged optics supply chain, whether you're aligning probes to a wafer for testing, attaching connectors for to your FAUs, or attaching an FAU directly to an optical engine. Whatever the process, PIC-align could be used for that alignment step.
We have Chris here from Santec behind you. Chris, we've got your stabilized laser sources and your photo detectors here. Why are you the right partner for the PIC-align project?
Yeah, so SENKO and Santec have actually been partners for quite some time already. And Ryan's group is actually just right down the street from my group in Camarillo, California. So it kind of just made sense that when they needed test equipment for alignment processes that they would come to Santec. Our stabilized light source, the jitter on it, the wavelength stability, the optical power stability, and then the power meters are also nice and quiet, so that basically any type of fluctuations that you see in the signal are generated by the alignment process or the actual optical fluctuations, and not necessarily by the test equipment itself.
And there's a lot of buzz around this booth. A lot of customers coming to see it. All the customers for Pick-A-Line are around OFC. So what have they really been asking you for?
I mean, for us, it's really delivery dates. How much capacity do you have? Can you ramp up? And that's really like one of the biggest issues right now, I think, with CPO is supply chain management, and that's what we're tackling right now.
It's clear to me, to solve this bottleneck of a detachable connector that's reliable and can go to volume, that we need collaboration between the industry. And this is a clear example of that. So thank you very much for showing me the demo today.
Thank you.